Hello everybody, my name is Sheep003 and there is a new Deadshot update upon us. If we take a look here at the patch notes, you can see that not only do we have a new added map vineyard, we have a couple of other changes which we aren't going to discuss about today because in this video I want to talk about this new map vineyard and my first reactions to it. I've been playing it all day and I have a pretty good idea of what I think is good, what I think is bad. So, first thing you should know is exactly who I am and exactly what qualifications I have on the subject. If you want to look at the leaderboard here, if you look at the all-time kills, here I am in the 13th position, and in all-time wins, I am here in the 17th position. I've played this game way too much, and I know a little bit too much about it. So ultimately, I think I have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about, specifically about what I'm looking for in maps, gameplay, all of that good stuff. I'm not bad at the video game is all I'm trying to say. So I'm going to quickly just jump into the map, and I'm going to give you the lowdown, kind of all the big ideas that I've seen so far, and then give you my impressions, what I actually think about this new map, because the first thing you notice about this map is that it is gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? Look at these skyboxes, look at the water textures, look at everything. This is, in my opinion, the most beautiful Deadshot map we have to date, Forest coming in second. Everything about this just looks so nice. The second thing that you notice about this map, not only do you see this AR man standing on the wall, but you also listen to the music. There is music on this map. This is the first map that's ever had music overlaid into the game. I hate it. I wish they would remove it or give me a toggleable section to turn it off because it is so miserably annoying. It is very distracting. It's very frustrating. Mr. Tree, please fix. But let's talk about the numbers of this map, and the numbers in this situation being the spawns. I have done a couple of testing, which includes opening 10 tabs of Deadshot on my computer and almost crashing it. And I found every single spawn location and generally how the spawns work. Now, this is all speculation. I have not confirmed this with Just a Tree, the developer of the game, so take my words with a grain of salt. The way that I have found the spawns working on this map is that they have a priority system. Each spawn has a certain level of priority, and if the spawn is open, aka nobody is looking at it or standing in its location, then you're going to spawn there if it has the highest priority. Let's go through the spawns. This is your highest priority spawn right here. Your second highest priority spawn is going to be over between these two distilleries or winemaker. I don't know what you call them. Your third priority spawn is going to be right over here in this alleyway. Your fourth is going to be over here in this corner. And now this is where I could be a little bit wrong since it has been a little bit since I've done this test. So the fifth is going to be up here in this balcony area. The sixth is going to be down below in this kind of wine barrel aging space. Your seventh is going to be all around here over in these bushes. And your eighth and final spawn and your lowest priority is going to be over in this ivy. Of course, there are also point placements that I haven't gone and found out yet. You can do that for yourself. Now, let's talk about kind of the way the map plays, the way the map flows. And the one thing that you should know about this map in terms of flow and play is that it's very mid-centered, very mid-dominant map. I would consider this area to be mid, this area to be kind of also a part of mid, but also kind of like a sub-area of mid. So these two areas are kind of mid to me because every single kind of pathway snakes around until you eventually reach mid. You can only ever go to mid on this map. And that means that the majority of interactions actually taking gunfights with people are going to be, you know, kind of circled in this mid area. Everything kind of happens here. The second thing that I notice about this map, especially when I'm playing it, is how big it is. It is by far the biggest Deadshot map in feeling, at least to me, because look at all of this space that I'm walking over. There's so much traversable ground. Even the hallways, they're just so massive. There's so much space. This area is so roomy and spacious. And that might be because of the way that the map geometry works. Maybe it's not technically the largest map, but it feels like it is the largest map. Now let's get into my opinions on this map. I don't like it. I really dislike this map right now. Now, of course, these are my first opinions on this map, and I'm also a very biased individual, so you could enjoy this map, but I personally dislike it immensely, and I'm going to explain why. And the first part, and probably the biggest part of this map, because of how mid-dominant it is mid itself. I think mid sucks, and it's boring. The first biggest thing that I think about to why mid is so awful to play is this place, the balcony area. Let's go up there really quick. This is balcony. Balcony is overpowered. It is super broken, like beyond broken. First of all, as a balcony area, you would expect you get Overwatch over everything. You get Overwatch over this area, you get Overwatch over people peeking here, you even get Overwatch over people trying to run up this slope. If people are trying to spawn maybe in that first priority spawn, they come up here, guess what? You're immediately dead because balcony players just see you instantly. That's not even the best part, because guess what I have here? Cover. If I lose a gunfight, let's say, for example, somebody peeks out from this area, and I take this gunfight and I start losing, guess what? I'm safe. I don't have to fight that anymore. Even better, this area right here. And the best part about being in here is that I get to block a spawn too. There's a spawn that literally happens right here. I instantly block it because I'm on balcony. And it gets even better than that. Because of the way that this specific little corner is set up, the only way to challenge balcony, which is to come behind them through this area, is instantly blocked off, because if I notice somebody's coming behind me, all I have to do is go in here, and I've soloed out the gunfight. Nobody else can third party. Nobody from here, nobody from here, nobody can hear. I am completely safe in this corner. All I have to do is watch this corner. That's broken. You know what's even funny? This is just kind of like a cherry on top of the ice cream sundae of this position, is that you can snipe this position. You see that spawn right there? The second priority spawn? When people spawn there, I can see from this. I can see their heads, and I can shoot their heads, and I can kill them from this area. I can spawn camp people insanely effectively. Whenever you spawn here, you have like a 50% chance of losing all of your HP because somebody is standing on balcony. What a fun map design idea. But you know what's even better than having one super overpowered campy position? Two super overpowered campy positions. That's right. We have two in the same area of the map. And it's right here in this spawn location. This is the fourth priority spawn. Guess what? The best part about this location is that it's super safe. Safer than balcony. Although not as destructively powerful, it is safer because you can check all of your angles before checking the next one. What you can do in this position is you can check this angle, and then you can swing and check this angle, and then you can swing and check this angle. Every single angle that you check is being blocked by all the other angles. You can only, all you have to do is check one angle at a time. You are never exposed to more angles than you want to be. That is broken. And even better is that if you get somebody spawning from there, guess what? All you have to do, check, check, check. I jump back, and I see them spawning. I can shoot them from here, or if they want to run from here, I can just take that fight and shoot from there. This spawn gets so mega camped by almost every position in this map. I don't hate campy positions by default, but I hate these specific campy positions. And that's because of the openness of this map. The problem with the openness of this map is that it means that half of these areas are kind of just inaccessible. Alright? Everybody wants to take gunfights in this game. There's a limited amount of time on your score clock, which means there's a limited amount of time that you can use to get kills. So everybody's trying to maximize their interactions with other players. The problem is that no other area has as many interactions as mid. This area does not have nearly as many interactions as mid because nobody ever comes here. All right? Even this back area, this entire back flank that they've set up, this entire area right here, you come all the way around here, you go all the way down. Nobody's ever going to use that because there's never any interactions there. And that's the problem. It makes this map super one-dimensional. There's no like kind of fancy rotation little game that you're playing like in a map like Forest where you're constantly moving around because there's always incentives to move. There is no incentive to move on this map because of how big it is. Another reason, or another way that this map disincentivizes moving, which is probably my number one problem with this map, the disincentive to move, is how long everything takes. This map is big. It is so annoyingly big. Let's just time a rotation. Let's say, for example, I spawned here and I wanted to get up to balcony. Let's take the safe route. Let's just see how long that takes. Bam. Do you see how long that took? Just to get to one part of the map to the other? Let's try that in the more dangerous route. The more risque route. We're still going, by the way. Finally, we've reached it. You see how long that takes? And the worst part about both those routes is that almost half of it is non-interactable space, where you're never going to take gunfights. You're never really going to find a gunfight here. I don't find a lot of gunfights happening in this area. Even though it is like a secondary mid area, I almost never find people here because everybody's always on here, on balcony, down there, down here. Everybody's always around mid. So all these areas are kind of just, they feel like filler to me. But the openness creates an even bigger problem. And to actually illustrate this problem, I'm going to actually switch maps for a second. I'm going to switch to another map that is big and open and large and has big long sightlines, Factory. Factory is the second most open map in this game after Vineyard. It does have a lot of the same camping spots. Camping is very big on this map, alright? And one of the biggest places you can camp is right here. When you're right here, not only can you watch this spawn right here, you can watch all of these spawns right here, and the best part is you can single out your fights. You can take this fight without having to worry about anybody here, and then you can swing around, take this fight without having to worry about anybody here. This is a really good place to camp. But let's say, for example, things are going hairy for you. Maybe you take a gunfight here and you're losing. That sucks. You don't want to lose a gunfight, so you have to get out of there. All you have to do to escape is... bam. I am gone. That person cannot follow me. I have escaped to an entirely different part of the map. I have 2 different new opportunities that are open to me as to where I want to go. Basically, this camping spot encourages you to move. This map's geometry is laid out in a way that allows you to make quick movements to new areas. It encourages you to make those moves. Let's go back to Vineyard. Let's go to our second camping spot, the more safer one, right over here in the Vineyard Estates sign room. Right here. Let's say, for example, I take a fight with this guy right here. All right, this guy spawns in, and he happens to destroy me. I don't know how you do that. I'd never lose a gunfight, but let's say he is. I want to get out of here. How would I get out of here? Well, let's say I want to go this way. Oh, well, I've kind of just re-engaged the same person again, and now I die. Can't go that way. Let's say I want to go this way. Slide jump out. Oh, look. I am in the most open part of the map. I'm being seen by this location, and people peeking from this location, and I'm without a slide. I'm literally in the most open part of the map without a slide. I have no escape options. I'm dead. I can't escape. The moment that you commit yourself to this area, which is, by the way, an area that you can spawn in, you have no movement options. This map actively punishes you from moving. If you move from a location, it is always bad. But another problem that I have with this map's layout is the way that this map's little knickknacks are set out. All right, little knickknacks, these trees, these blocks, this fountain. The problem is that there's just no tech. There's nothing fun about this map, okay? What I like about good maps like Forest, like Snowfall, is that there's always these little boxes and things that you can do these cool little movement tricks out of. There's all these little things that are happening in the map all at the same time that make it a really dynamic experience to move around in. It adds skill to movement. Here are the 2 big skill jumps in this map. One of them is useful, the other is not. You can jump up here with a crouch jump, and what you can do is that you can jump from here, and then you can slide jump all the way to the balcony. You could also go from the balcony to the boxes without a slide, like so. But generally, I would suggest sliding off this balcony because going to the boxes is really slow, and 9 times out of 10, you're just going to get shot by somebody just spawning in. Here's the second skill jump. If you want to go on top of the balcony here, you can slide around, and you're on top of this pillar. What does this little thing mean? Why is it here? I have no idea. Is it actually useful? I mean, I don't know. Not really, unless you're taking a very specific fight here, and you're not expected to get gunned here, which, you know, it can happen. That is a situation that I've seen. Then sure. Jump there. That's pretty cool. And people are going to think, wow, you're pretty cool. Thumbs up. And that's it. And that's my problem with this map. There's nothing fun. There's no little things. This is just open space, and it's empty space. It's not big because there's something interesting about it, because there's so many different pathways or things going on in the map that make it dynamic. It's big because it's just big. It's big for the sake of it. There's nothing here. And it makes traversing this map just super boring. And so combined with the problems with mid, the problems with camping, the problems with not encouraging people to move, the problems with there not being anything interesting going on with the map in general, it just makes this map feel kind of very claustrophobic in a very weird sense. Because although you have all of this space that you can move around in, all this room to play games in, you're actually not allowed to play in a lot of those spaces because it's not very fun to, and it's not optimal to either. I'd love if you could go down in the comments and tell me if you like the map, if you hate the map, if I've gotten anything wrong, if you think I'm stupid and dumb. I'd like you to go into my comment section and tell me that I'm stupid and dumb, and then explain why kindly, because I think calling people stupid and dumb without explaining why they're stupid and dumb isn't very productive to good conversation. I have been Sheep03. This has been my review of the map Vineyard, and if you enjoy this kind of content, I don't know, maybe I'll make more of it in the future. Who knows? Deadshot's pretty fun. I've been playing it for a little bit, but hey, that's just the way life goes. Either way, see you later, boys.